Dozens of vehicles trapped 6 floors underground in an apartment car park that's become a car graveyard. After being without their cars for months, owners want action.
And one of the cars fell underground.
The car's been driven into a black hole.
Imagine parking your car for the night and then never seeing it again. Well, that's the reality for the residents of this Melbourne apartment complex, whose vehicles worth hundreds of thousands of dollars are right now trapped behind this roller door.
It felt like an earthquake in the building.
31 cars, 6 stories down, stuck,
The sound was enormous.
crushed
The ground shook.
in a car park from hell.
The whole building rumbled. We had things fall off our shelves.
Welcome to the Bond Quarter in the heart of Melbourne, home to police officers, lawyers and frontline healthcare workers, now forced to pay a mozza just to get to work.
Between my partner and I, it's costing us $750 a month just to get to and from work because of this, which is an additional fee on top of our rent. I just can't afford to sustain it.
The night of Sunday, July 4, and this blue Suzuki's gobbled up by their car stacker mere moments after the owner gets out of the way.
Spoke to the concierge of the building and he's just told us that a car has fallen through and we can't access our cars. From there, it's just been a blame game as to what's actually happened, who's responsible.
That was 7 weeks ago, and they're still waiting for the stacker to be fixed, despite a full investigation apparently taking place on the 7th of July.
We need a car to move around and live. Like, we can't keep affording to paying all this money in Ubers.
There's Corey Dixon,
They won't give us a direct response as to what's going to be happening.
medical student Bowen Lim,
I do contact tracing and COVID swabbing, and I don't know, my workplace is so far from here.
and Mohammed Saberian.
I need to go to work.
Some of their neighbours have moved out, minus their cars. Others, like Leon Rucci, turning to pedal power.
Car's stuck, so gotta buy a bike.
John is seeing red.
We haven't had any temporary solution put in place or any car rental offered to us.
The stacker works by lowering cars into the ground before parking them in assigned bays. The residents were initially told a massive motor failed, but claimed they've since been given few other details, including from the company that built the stacker, Levanta Park, the one which maintains it, Evretos, the owner's corporation, SOCM, and Broadspire, brought in to deal with resident inquiries.
They're not telling us anything about whether or not our cars are all right. We can't even go down there and check our cars.
So we did, recording this video.
That's amazing. It's the first time we see that.
That's absolute graveyard down there for cars. Talking to one of the technicians, they're uncertain whether they're actually going to get the go-ahead to do the repair, but talking about what's going to be involved, they're going to have to get an industrial crane that'll fit in here somehow to pull the cars out one by one.
I've had zero access to my car and zero answers, so it's been quite frustrating and upsetting.
Dana Jackson is an emergency nurse.
So shift work, it's quite peculiar hours, so public transport isn't always reliable. I've had to rely on Ubers, which is becoming a really large expense.
She feels communication's been woeful.
When you do try to email them, that's been our only form of communication. They give quite political responses, just saying they're evaluating the situation, and that's it. That's all we've got.
The building's only a few years old, but residents tell us the stacker's been plagued with problems.
My concern is if I go in and then it falls down. So it's too risky, can cause fatal injuries.
If it takes a week to have it fixed, then a week's a reasonable time. Any longer than that, I think you'd be entitled to say, why is it taking that long?
So, what are the rights of these residents living in limbo? We asked property lawyer Justin Lawrence of Henderson and Ball.
Members are entitled to at least have their cars fixed if their car's damaged. They will then be able to seek, particularly from the company that's installed the stacker, and particularly if it's under warranty, they'd be entitled to go back and claim against that warranty and say, well now, as a direct result of the breakdown of this facility, we've had to pay for Ubers, we've had to pay for taxis.
These frustrated renters say never again.
I will never use a stacker again after this experience. At this point, I would just like a resolution whether it be I get compensation for my car or the stacker gets fixed and my car gets retrieved. That's all I want now, a resolution.
Not unreasonable. A lawyer for the Owners Corporation told us the delays are unfortunate, but it has worked to make the building safe and obtain engineering advice. The corporation's insurance company is now assessing the claim.